Welcome back to the channel, Classic Volkswagen Lovers Junior with classic VW Bucks and now Frankie time. It's day number 5 since the Frankenstein Resto start date, and just been working in the car like about hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours at the most. Today I'm going to try something new. I am now going to focus in trying to get the paint of the bonnet. I went and purchased what they call a mouse sanding pad. I got a 80 grit sandpaper and went over it very lightly without applying too much pressure to it to get some of the very thick rust areas off. I removed the handle so that it would be easy for me to actually sand here. So just lightly went over it, and I feel like that was enough. This is an 80 grit paper. Good thing about this mouth sanding block is that it's got the quick stick on Velcro, and you can always purchase these at any hardware store or any department store, and it really becomes really handy. I am done using the 80 grit on this area right here, so I'm going to try now something different. I've been sanding down with 320 and wet sanding as well, so I'm going to do a wet sanding using a 220 grit because it seems like this area had the thicker blue paint to the bonnet. Also, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to be using some soapy water to see if at the same time that I am removing that, the detergent solution helps or aid in the cleaning process of removing that blue paint. So I'm pretty sure you can tell from looking this side here compared to this one here, you can see that this is now already resembling a lighter tone to it. It's actually showing that it's lighter in color than that color. So let's see how the 220 with the soapy water works on this. So let's give it a wipe to see how that's working. I'm trying not to overdo it because I'm trying to save the original color on this bonnet, right? So you can see that that's looking much better right there. Much better. So from time to time, it's good to go back with a rag and clean the area that you're buffing so that you don't overdo it. I don't know about you, but to me that's looking much better. And I guess that by now you kind of like get the idea as to where I'm going with this look. I'm trying to achieve that patina look. So once I remove all of the rest of the blue paint, then I'm going to come back and buff it with the two compound products that I'm using to buff it. Do a comparison right here, side by side, with the paint, without the paint. And I still have to go into this little crevices right here, but I guess I'll just have to get a piece of sandpaper and then use my thumb to go over that and remove that. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you watching me sanding, but you get the idea, right? And now in this test run that I did here, instead of using a 320, I used a 220 wet sanded, and I used soapy water solution as I was sanding. Okay, So I spent about 25 minutes overall wet sanding this area right here. I'm really happy with the end result. Some areas here you can see that it went all the way down to the metal. That's okay. I'm going to treat that. And I still have to do this side here, but it's getting late, and I'm just gonna leave it right there. Today also I want to share something with you. I score a original set of Volkswagen pop-out windows, and a big shout out goes to Scott from Pickerington, Ohio, for giving me a good deal on these. They do need a little bit of TLC, but that's not a problem. The rubber seal needs to be replaced, and the latches, they are a little pitted, but that's okay with me. That just adds character to my car. I'm happy with that finding because I also got a good deal on those, and they are not just any set. They are original Volkswagen pop-out windows. You hear that? So I'm really happy about that. So it's funny because John asked me one time, so I wonder where the name Frankenstein, you came up with that name. So it just so happened that Frankie, it's been a project now that I have been assembling from different parts that I had. Not to mention that at some point Frankie was a donor car, so he was part of the donors club, Volkswagen donors club in my house. But anyway, so I decided that I wanted to restore him, and that's what I am doing right now. So that's why the name Frankie, Frankenstein. So we like to call him by nickname Frankie. So Frankie, these bumpers that he's got on, they were not his originally. They were from another car that I had, both of them, the front and the rear bumper. And some other little things that are in the car that I've been working on. And now I got this original Volkswagen pop-out windows that I'm gonna put on him. And I saw something at the Germania Cincinnati Volkswagen Fest. I saw a couple of older Volkswagens with the Safari front pop-up window, and I called the company that makes them, but they don't make them for a 1971 Super Beetle. They are coming in the near future. They told me that, but not just yet. They just have to make the jig for it, and it takes some time and some logistics. So when those come out in the market, and provided that I still have my 1971s, I'm gonna get a couple of those to put them on. One maybe in Sunny and the other one in Frankenstein, if I still own these cars. Who knows? I can't tell about the future. I can only talk about today. But provided that they come out and I still own these cars, I'm gonna be installing, or I expect to be installing, one of those. So it's just a matter of when they come out. But anyway, let me go ahead and enough of talking and show you what I mean by what I scored today. So I score these pop-out windows, and they are original, and they have the Volkswagen logo in them. And as always, every time I'm talking, an airplane goes by. So I need to recondition this right here. They put new bolts. As you can see, the rubber seal needs to be replaced, but it's just a matter of a little bit of a polishing. And these latches, as you can see, they show a little bit of a surface rust. I'm going to sand that and just polish them and leave them like that. Perhaps maybe get some bleach and clean this little knob here. I know they sell these like for 45 bucks, I think, online, but these are original Volkswagen latches. So they even have the 113 number in them. So I'm gonna keep these. It doesn't really bother me that they have that surface rust. I can buff that. I can just wet sand it and, you know, make it smooth and, you know, and buff them, and I'm just gonna leave them like that, and perhaps maybe put these knobs in bleach to see if I can get them to look a little bit nicer, but I'm keeping them like that. Just wanted to share that with you. So it's day number 5, so I'll go ahead and cut the video right here. I'll come back the next day when I'm working and add on to this video. So I'll see you later. So day number 6, I continue to wet sand and do some more prep for my final step in buffing. So this is what it's looking like right now. Okay, on day number 6, I'm pretty much done with the bonnet. I'm gonna leave it right there now. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. It's not perfect, but I don't want it to be perfect. I'm going for that patina look for now. So my next plan is to remove the bumpers, especially the one in the front, and tackle this lower corners of the fenders that still have the blue paint to see how bad that is. I think that maybe the passenger fender, I may have to do some body work to it. I think the driver's side is not as bad, so by removing the bumper, it's going to allow me better access to wet sand this area right here and finish this fender and here. And I think that down here on the lower portion, I'm gonna have to do some body work, so I'll have to work with that. And then as soon as I get this removed, then I'll have access to remove these once I'm done buffing this, and then I can start removing the front apron and replacing it for an aftermarket one, a new one, or if I find a good deal on a used one that it's in mint condition, I might just you know, entertain that idea as well. Anyway, that's it for today. If this is the first time that you are watching my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell so that every time I load a video, you get a notification of the progress on Frankie time now, okay? Until then, this is Junior with Classic VW Bucks. Junior out.